Evening, old is gold wisdom family. Have you ever thought back and wished you had made different choices? As we grow older, the decisions we make can either shape a happy, meaningful life or slowly take away our peace and well-being. The truth is some mistakes may seem minor at first, but over time, they can lead to serious problems like loneliness, money troubles, and health issues that could have been prevented. In this video, we will talk about 5 major mistakes people often make in their later years, mistakes that can quietly damage their lives. Some of these may surprise you because they happen slowly and silently. Many people do not even realize the harm until it becomes hard to fix. But once you understand these patterns, you can make smarter choices, avoid regrets, and take charge of your future. Make sure to watch till the end, because this video is not just about avoiding problems. It's about making sure your later years are full of happiness, purpose, and strong health. We will go through what these 5 mistakes are, why they happen, and how you can stay away from them to live better. So if you want to make sure you are not holding yourself back without knowing it, this is something you need to hear. Let's begin. Number 1. Ignoring physical health. One of the most frequent and harmful mistakes people make in old age is not taking care of their physical health. It usually begins in small ways, like skipping a walk in the morning or picking quick meals instead of healthy food. But over time, these little choices pile up. As your energy drops and your movement becomes harder, many think it is just normal aging. But that is not always true. A lot of the weakness that shows up later in life is caused by not moving enough, poor eating habits, and missing early signs of health issues. If you've ever felt stiff after sitting or noticed your balance is not as good, that is your body giving you a warning. No matter your age, movement is key. The less you move, the harder it gets to stay active. And even easy tasks like getting up from a chair, climbing stairs, or reaching for something start to feel tough. Weak muscles lead to poor balance, which raises the chance of falling. And for seniors, falls are a serious risk. One fall can cause injuries that take months to heal or sometimes change your life completely. Take Henry as an example. He was 74 and thought he was fairly healthy, but he slowly stopped going on his daily walks. A few months later, standing for long felt tiring, and his knees began to ache. When he finally wanted to exercise again, he found himself weaker. Even short walks left him out of breath. It took months of effort to regain his strength, and he often regretted slowing down in the first place. Another problem is not paying attention to diet. Many older people think that eating less means they don't need to watch their nutrition. But as you age, your body actually needs more of some nutrients like protein to keep muscles strong, calcium for your bones, and fiber to help digestion. Eating too much processed food, skipping meals, or relying on snacks can lead to shortages in important nutrients. This can make you feel tired, weaken your immune system, and increase the risk of long-term illnesses like diabetes or high blood pressure. Also, missing regular doctor visits is a mistake with serious impact. Many avoid seeing a doctor unless something feels very wrong. It is a mistake to ignore regular health checkups, even when you feel fine. These screenings can help spot serious issues early when they are much easier to treat. Conditions like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and even the first signs of osteoporosis often do not show clear symptoms. By the time you feel something is wrong, damage may already be happening. Taking care of your health means being active about it, not just reacting when something becomes serious. The good news? You can start making healthy changes at any age. Even adding just 15 minutes of walking to your day or replacing packaged meals with fresh, natural foods can really help. Lifting light weights or using resistance bands can help you stay strong and avoid becoming weak with age. Going for regular medical checkups can catch health issues early and prevent them from turning into bigger problems. Looking after your body is not about avoiding getting older. It is about staying active and able to enjoy the things you love for as long as you can. Second, cutting yourself off from family and friends is another major mistake people often make as they get older. It may not feel like a big deal at first. You skip a few gatherings, make fewer phone calls, or think others are too busy to visit. But slowly, this kind of distance can turn into loneliness, depression, and even faster decline in both mind and body. We are social creatures. Staying connected is not just about having someone to talk to. It keeps your emotions balanced, your brain active, and gives you purpose. Many older adults believe loneliness is just part of growing old, but that is not true. Studies have shown that being socially isolated is just as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It can raise your risk of heart problems, weaken your immune system, and increase your chances of developing memory problems or dementia. When your brain is not being challenged through conversations, shared moments, and emotional bonds, it starts to slow down. This leads to forgetfulness and mental decline. Take the example of Dorothy, a 76-year-old woman who slowly stopped staying in touch with friends. She assumed they were busy and did not want to bother them. Days became weeks, and weeks became months. She ended up spending most of her time alone, with only the television for company. She felt tired, low, and lost interest in activities she once enjoyed. But when she finally reached out, called an old friend, joined a book club, and started inviting her grandchildren over more often, everything began to change. She felt happier, more alert, and even saw her memory and energy improve. Another common mistake is depending only on close family for social connection. While family is very important, counting on them as your only source of company can lead to frustration. They have their own lives and duties. That's why it is important to also have friends, neighbors, or community groups in your life. Having different ways to stay socially active gives you a more meaningful and enjoyable life. It also means you will not feel left out if your family is busy. Technology today has made it easier than ever to stay in touch, but many older people still avoid using it. Many people avoid technology because it feels unfamiliar or overwhelming. But using simple tools like video calls, social media, or even voice messages can help you stay connected, especially when meeting in person is not an option. Learning to use these tools is not about following trends. It's about making sure you stay included in a world that is becoming more digital every day. The good news is, it is never too late to reconnect. You can join a club, volunteer, go to local events, or even make it a weekly habit to call a friend. These small actions can make a huge difference. The goal is not to fill up your calendar with activities. It is to build strong connections that help you stay mentally active, emotionally happy, and in touch with the world around you. If you are still watching and found these ideas helpful, type number 2 in the comments to let me know you are here. And if you have not subscribed yet, I suggest you do and turn on notifications so you do not miss future videos. Your support helps us keep making helpful content to guide and inspire you. Now, let's move on. Number 3. Refusing to adjust to change. One major mistake people often make as they grow older is refusing to change. Whether it is about technology, lifestyle updates, or even changing social behaviors, many seniors hold back and avoid adapting. This is understandable. Change can be difficult. After living a certain way for decades, learning something new can feel unnecessary. But refusing to adjust does not stop the world from changing. It only makes life more stressful and more lonely. People often assume that new tech is only meant for the young. But today, staying connected depends on your willingness to learn. Whether it is using a smartphone, managing your bank account online, or making a video call, these are not just modern comforts anymore. They are now essential. When older adults avoid using basic digital tools, they often end up missing out. They get excluded from group conversations, face difficulties with tasks that could be simpler, or become easier targets for scams because they do not know how modern systems work. Take Albert, for example. He was 78 and did not want to switch from his old flip phone. But he noticed his grandkids were chatting in groups he could not join. His bank moved many services online. He missed out on simple things that could have improved his life. Finally, he gave technology a chance. Slowly, he learned how to text, video call, and even shop for groceries online. What started as hesitation turned into something that made his daily life much easier than he expected. Another way people avoid change is by sticking to old routines, even when better options are available. This could mean refusing to improve their diet, ignoring new safety tips at home, or rejecting updated medical advice just because it does not match what they heard years ago. Thinking, "This is how I've always done it," can be risky, especially when safer and more effective choices now exist. Change also happens in relationships. If you do not adapt, it can create distance with your family. Younger people have different ways of talking, different beliefs, and different lifestyles. Instead of judging or resisting these differences, accepting them with a willing attitude can help you stay close to your loved ones. Many seniors discover that when they stop expecting things to stay the same and start accepting life as it is, now they feel more at peace and less alone. Being open to change does not mean you lose who you are. It means you stay flexible, enough to keep moving forward. The world does not slow down, and the more you are open to learning, adjusting, and growing, the more independent and satisfied your life will be. It is never too late to try new approaches. The more open-minded you stay, the more you will see that change is not something to fear. It can actually bring new joy and chances into your life. Number 4, poor money management. One of the biggest mistakes people make in their later years is not handling their money carefully. It is easy to think that money becomes less important with age, especially if you are no longer working and have savings or a retirement fund. But in reality, bad financial choices, like spending too much, ignoring future costs, or not preparing for emergencies, can quickly turn peaceful years into times of worry, struggle, and needing help from others. Many older adults believe they have enough saved, only to discover too late that medical costs, inflation, or sudden needs use up their savings faster than expected. It is not just about how much money you have, it is about making it last. Even those who were in a good place financially in the past can face problems if they do not change their spending to fit their new lifestyle. A 72-year-old who spent freely after retiring, thinking he had saved enough to enjoy life without concern. He traveled, gave gifts to his grandkids, and ate out often. But by his late 70s, he noticed his savings shrinking. Health bills grew, and he had not prepared for long-term care costs. With few options, he had to depend on his children financially, something he never wanted. If he had been more careful earlier, he could have made his savings last longer and kept his financial freedom. Another common issue among seniors is not keeping up with financial planning. Many think once they retire, they can stop worrying about investments, budgeting, or making money changes. But managing finances is a lifelong task. Even in later years, making smart money choices can greatly improve quality of life. Tracking spending, knowing how much is needed for healthcare, and preparing for future care can help avoid money troubles. Seniors are also often targeted by scammers, and one of the saddest ways people lose money is by trusting the wrong people. Phone scams, fake emails, and even dishonest people pretending to be financial experts can wipe out savings quickly. Many seniors grew up in times when trust was common. Scammers use this against them. Learning to spot scams, avoiding random offers, and asking a trusted financial advisor or family member to check. Big decisions can stop huge losses. The secret to staying secure financially in older age is not being rich. It is being careful. Making a budget, watching spending, and thinking ahead can help your money last. It is never too late to change course. Even small money moves now can bring peace later and stop stress down the line. If you are still watching this video and these tips are helpful, please comment number 4. Let me know you're watching by dropping a comment below. And if you have not subscribed yet, I suggest you do and turn on the bell icon so you never miss a new video. Your support helps us keep making valuable content to inform and motivate you. Now, let's continue. Number 5. Ignoring mental growth and purpose. One of the most serious but often missed mistakes people make as they age is giving up on growing personally and letting go of their sense of purpose. Many older adults assume that after retirement, there is no more need to learn, set new goals, or make a difference. But in truth, having something meaningful to work toward, like a hobby, passion, or fresh challenge, is key to staying mentally sharp, emotionally satisfied, and even physically well. A common problem is the idea that mental decline is guaranteed with age. Yes, aging brings changes, but the brain can still learn, adjust, and build new connections even in later years. The real risk is not aging itself, but becoming inactive. When older adults stop doing things that challenge their mind, their brain function starts to decline. Research has shown that people who keep their minds active, whether through reading, solving puzzles, or learning new things, are much less likely to face mental decline. Think of Linda, a 70-year-old woman who used to be curious and energetic. After she retired, she spent most of her time watching TV, believing her best days were gone. Slowly, she started forgetting things, lost interest in talking with others, and felt disconnected. But then she tried something new. She joined an art class at her community center. It was her first time doing anything like that. Soon, she felt more alive, mentally sharper, and she even made new friends. Another big mistake people make is not having a reason to get out of bed each day. Many seniors spend years working, caring for families, and taking on responsibilities. But when those roles end, they often feel empty or without direction, without purpose. Boredom and sadness can take over. Finding something meaningful like volunteering, mentoring young people, gardening, or writing adds structure, drive, and happiness to everyday life. Some avoid new experiences because they fear failure or think it is too late. But the truth is, age does not stop you from learning something new. Some of the most inspiring stories are about people in their 70s, 80s, or 90s who started new careers, learned languages, or picked up new hobbies. Personal growth does not stop with age. It stops when we stop trying. Keeping your mind engaged and having a goal or purpose does more than boost mood. It helps you stay healthier, think more clearly, and even live longer. Those who keep challenging themselves, stay curious, and look for ways to stay involved in the world around them, live more joyful and rewarding lives. No matter your age, your mind can still grow, and your life still matters. The most important thing is to always move forward, stay curious, and never believe that your best years are over. Final thoughts. Now that we have looked at these 5 mistakes, take a moment to think about whether any of them might be part of your life or the lives of people close to you. Aging is not just about growing older. Getting older is really about making the right choices, ones that will decide whether your later years are full of happiness, meaning, and freedom, or filled with regret and frustration. The good news is, you do not need to make big changes to avoid these mistakes. Just a few small steps in how you handle your health, relationships, mindset, and money can greatly improve your life overall. If you have not been paying attention to your physical health, now is the moment to focus on. moving your body, eating better, and keeping up with your medical checkups. If you have been staying away from people, take time to reconnect with old friends, create new bonds, and use technology to stay in touch with the world. If you have been afraid of change, remember that changing does not mean losing your identity. It means giving yourself the support you need to stay strong and connected in a world that is always evolving. If money has been a worry, take real steps to stay secure. Cut out things you do not need to spend on and protect yourself from common financial risks. And if you feel like you no longer have a purpose, begin with something small. Read a book, try out a new interest, or find a way to share your wisdom and life experience with those around you. The decisions you make now will decide how your future looks. It is never too late to take charge, make smarter choices, and make sure your later years turn out to be some of your best. Thank you for being here with us today. We would love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and tell us one thing you took away from this video and how you want to apply it in your own life. Your words matter to us, so feel free to speak your mind. Reading your comments gives us energy and support. If this video helped you or gave you something to think about, please like it, subscribe to our channel, and share it with others. Your support helps us keep creating content that informs, uplifts you. Thanks again for watching. We hope to see you in our next video. Take care. Old is gold. Wisdom family.